and only Miss DeAdrian, Miss Dee. What's going on with you?
I'm good. How you doing, Meech?
I'm doing well. Thank you. So, when you first got the book, like, what was your thoughts?
I want to know my thoughts on the whole, just the presentation, just everything about the book.
Like everything.
First seeing the book, it first of all is very well put together. You can tell you it's beautiful and intriguing. The look, open it, just and then the reasons why I'm single. It's like, I mean, that's kind of a big thing right now. So when you see that, I'm sorry, I gotta take it.
You good.
So yeah, I mean, like that's a big topic, especially for me. Like, I mean, it's not something I think about all the time, but like, yeah, I've had my reasons, my write down things, and I work a lot on, healing myself and just evolving and things like that. So, and then another thing which I love when I read is that you have words that make you go to Google, like these basic words, like it's addish. I go to the dictionary and then it just make everything make sense. I love to have God in every part of the book from the very beginning. You got into everything. At the end, there's a questionnaire, which is dope because it opens this. You know what I mean? Like
indeed.
Like let's discuss. Let's have a healing circle. Let's let's to get stuff. And I love that it's not a big book. Not that I'm and stuff. A good thing, like when you reading things, especially things on like improvement, and you don't want it to be long and drawn out. And it's like a reference book, so you read through it. It's quick enough to where you can go back to page 12
right. Okay.
What was it that was said, and that scripture was, so I love that. And yeah, I mean, I'm ready to talk about the questionnaire and the reasons why, and things like that. So
okay. So which question, like, was one of those ones, like, when you read it, you like, it maybe was you may have not known the answer to it, or it was one of those questions you touched something like haven't thought about that or considered that in a while. Was any of those questions listed in the book?
Well, questionnaire, I felt as though my answers might be a little different than other people, and I don't really I guess I don't really want to say, like, in a way like I'm different and no stuff.
No, different is good.
Yeah, so I just go because I would love to be a wife one day, and all of this stuff.
Indeed.
That DeAdrian is together and that I got everything together. So I just feel like my answers might be a little different. Like you might hear the answers and be like, oh, okay. So yeah, like it wasn't really like the one question. Number 2, it was, have you ever dated down? And I said, no, same energy when I chose up, so I can't say I've ever dated down because I was there. That's the reason why we was attracted in the first place, because we was both.
Okay.
Later on, you evolve, and now it's like you date, but no, at the time, no, I didn't date down. So
okay. I would say, just like that question, have you ever dated down? An example, a person who have lacked mental, physical, spiritual, or financial quality. And like you said, here it is. As we grow, mature, or evolve in life, it can be like, I may have dated down. And the person that was dating me, if they didn't evolve, dated down as well, But I guess when we look at things like, I want a person, I guess women, men had those lists like, I want this, that, And sometimes they be attainable and sometimes they don't. But that's where the compromise come in at, because it's some non-negotiables. But it's like, when I was in my previous relationship, this person may have lacked mental or emotional quality that I'm not willing to compromise today. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's what those questions are. Is like, okay, or we may, some of those reasons that was listed may not be that when it comes to the comparison of a relationship. But, you know, yeah, it's just something to throw out there.
Let's see what another one was. And 12 and 13.
Say that again.
13 was why do men cheat and why do women cheat? For both creates everything. Hurt.
Okay.
Hear what a man's explanation is. Life, you were hurt by a woman, be it your mother, your favorite auntie, your somebody, your teacher that you wanted to please. Somebody hurt you. And so you that you were going to be with as many, you're not going to care about their heart because nobody cared about mine when I was. It stemmed from hurt. A woman, you know, we go through dramatic stuff dealing with men that don't value women, that really know how to keep their hands to themselves and things like that. And they quit valuing their body because, and see, that's going to be controversial because a lot of people have different reasons on why they promiscuous or why they with. Whatever. My most humblest opinion, the more you value yourself, the more you know about yourself, the better decisions you make. You don't want
True story,
all different energy within you, you know, because that's some real stuff. Like
soul ties. Yes.
The more you know, the more you like, no, I'm not finna do that. And not in touch with your body. You don't consider that type of stuff. You do things to please the flesh. You do things for gratification. True. And that's unhealed. That's hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because see the light in you and everything, you just naturally make better decisions. Like, what would Jesus do? That's a real question, though. Like when you God, I mean, you think about things. What if Jesus was right here? Would you do that? Would you? You know what I mean? Like, the more you grow. So yeah. But anyways, I think that men and women cheat stemming from hurt. That's the root. Hurt. So let's see. Number 14. Can a person be involved in a happy marriage or relationship and still cheat? I said no.
Right. Okay. It's foolish for either party, the man or the woman, because it can be a vice versa situation. The woman can cheat and she got a good man, a solid man. Still, it boils down to pleasing the flesh, though. And then the sad part is, because you know how they say you never miss what you got until it's gone, and you realize, like, dang, this dude was great, or this woman was great. Everything that I looked for outside of the house was in the house. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, like, I was there. Any other questions that you want to expound on, or something that resonated with you?
Number 19 was a good question to me. How can you make your weakness your strength? I said vulnerability is the strength. And
say it again.
Vulnerability is a strength. So vulnerability as a form of weakness, you know, because definition of vulnerability is basically putting yourself in a position to be hurt. You know that whatever could get you hurt, and people think that that's a sign of weakness, but vulnerability is actually strength. When you able to put yourself out here and say, this is who I am, or I'm going to be me, and be willing to face criticism and backlash and all of that, that's a strength. That's something a lot of people not able to do. So, that's the biggest thing to me, being vulnerable. People think that that's weak. That's why people are unemotional and they don't talk about their feelings and all of this. Want to look like no weak person, or you you blocking your ability to be vulnerable and stuff. And to me, that's the weakness. So, but opposite. So, yeah, that's your strength is vulnerability. Strength, recognizing that your weakness. That's how you can make it your strength. That's what's.
No, I love that. Well put, well said. That takes courage and strength to be vulnerable. Like, I don't want to be judged or viewed the wrong way or a certain kind of way. Or if I tell you this or share this with you, you're going to look at me different.
Also, you're not doing it to put yourself out on the line just for that person, though. You're doing it to free yourself too, because
okay,
all of that bottled in, you become less and less of who you are. If you know that, that's what I mean. Like, I guess the more and more you get in touch with yourself, the more. I have a thing where I get built up, like right up in here, like say, I don't like carrying that around. So if that's what it's going to take for me to just buckle down and just say what I got to say, because this is not me, this is not what I do. If I don't get a response, if I get the response, and that's another thing, I don't have no expectations, because I'm looking for, you got to be prepared for that. But yeah, I do it for me mostly. Like, I don't mean to sound cocky or anything like that, but like the person who, you gonna be lucky, because you're not gonna worry about me changing, because this is who I am. I'm not doing it. I'm doing it to keep you. This gonna be, take the vibe with me. Like, I don't even like that, but like everybody got the opportunity to evolve and be the most elevated version of themselves that they can be.
Right.
Let's strive for that. Like, I love that. That's what God put us here for. Hello, we don't just get old just as old, with the same wants us to evolve. So, I'm with that. So, yeah.
Right. Now, you said something about expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Can you expound on that a little bit more? Did you say?
I don't.
Okay.
I expect from a human being is to be themselves. I don't expect treat me how I've treated you. We need to get rid of that, because this is 2023. You can how you want to be treated and still get treated by the same person, because
absolutely
appreciate it. They don't know how to reciprocate it, because maybe it's unusual to them or whatever. So you walk around with this, I'm going to treat people a certain way so I can get treated good. You're going to end up disappointed. That's an expectation. If I go out here and I do this good deed, when I need it, it's going to happen. It don't usually work like that. You do it from your heart, so that if it doesn't happen, you don't feel no type of way about it, because I would have did it regardless if I got anything, because it was to make it happen. So yeah, no, I don't have I only expect a human being to be exactly who they are, no matter who I'm being to them. If I don't get it back, then it's my choice to stay and keep getting my cup emptied, or to refill myself and go somewhere else with it. But if you can't pour into me the way I pour into you, then this is going to be over with. However, when you are in my life, I'm going to treat you the best way I can, because that's who I am, not because I'm expecting it back in return. It's nice if I get it back in return. And I mean, people say that, but then they don't really feel like that. I like really believe that. Like, I like really live like that the older I get, because I'm less disappointed that way when I don't expect anything. Even if I did do you good, I did this for you.
Right.
Blah, blah. And I can't even, don't look for a thank you. Do it because this is fulfilling to you, because this makes that inside to happen. And I don't care if you thank me or not.
Okay. Now, what made you get to that point? What made you get to that point in life where you feel like you just dropped or let go of all expectations when it comes to people? Simply because we know, like you said, people gonna be them at the end of the day. But what made you get to that point? Like, you know what? I'm done having expectations for people.
Just a constant disappointment, and I don't like rejection. And like, I understand you have to hear the word no. I always think about Dr. Seuss getting 19 no's before he got a yes. I got the word no. Get that. But it's certain rejections that I just don't like. And so, again, if I do all of this stuff for you, and then I ask you to bring me food and you don't, I just got rejected. To me, I don't like that. So I'm going to make you dinner, lunch, whatever it may be. but I ain't gonna ask for nothing in return, nor am I gonna look for anything in return, because something in me said, you know what, it'd be nice if I made so and so a sandwich. It'd be nice oh, like this pastrami is good, let me make so and so, because I want to share with you, but I'm not looking to give me anything in return, and that makes me feel better. That makes me feel more free. Like that just, it brings peace within me to from nobody, and that comes from basically a lifetime of disappointment, of expecting my entire life from my parents. And you know, back in the day, treat people how you want to be treated, and I felt as though for the longest that I have to do this to get treated away. Now when I start doing it because I want to do it, it's a freedom with that. It's a peace with expect anything.
It's deep, and like you said, it comes from disappointment, and it goes back to that hurt. You know, and it's just like, that's a way to protect yourself.
Absolutely. That's, oh my God. Patience totally protects me from disappointment. It protects me from being hurt.
Right. Now, do you think that could be a potential problem when it comes to the relationship, when it comes to dating or being in a relationship?
I think it already is. It's something about me and my energy that's super nonchalant. So that's a learned behavior that was learned over the years of dealing with people who are unemotional or emotionally available. So yeah, that's a learned behavior. But, and I'm not sure, because nobody's ever came back to me and said, you know, you just seem like you don't care. You seem like, well, one person told me like, you bother you. You just seem like, and I'm in my head like, boy, if you only knew what I go the daily, just being alive, if you only knew. But I'm glad that you see me like that. I'm kind of disappointed because it's like, I'm not even trying to show this. That I guess because it comes off as if I get anything, so I don't get anything. I'm not going to ask. But I also fight the energy to give me anything, because I guess I got this shield over me.
That's why I asked you that, because I mean, it's important too, because we don't want to block our blessings. And I also believe in one thing that I've learned to do is to avoid missed opportunities. I believe we should have expectations. I get why, like you said, because of the hurt. And then the expectation can be something that just as simple as this. When you know a person, you build some type of rapport with a person kind of know who you are, you know who they are, you know. But by you seeing me, my character, how I act, how I demonstrate myself, my lifestyle, I expect for you to show me a level of respect. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna expect that. Now we get to different variables of how you're gonna show me respect, or what I view as respectful or disrespectful. That can be an issue, but we have to use discernment to see who, because we can't be vulnerable around everybody or transparent. Like, no, because you're gonna look at me different. I'm gonna be vulnerable with you. I'm about to put it on the table. I'm naked and unashamed. This is me. This is who I am. And it's just like, you know, I don't care what you think. But I value you enough to even put myself out there, you know, and that person, both parties should respect that. I hope for the best and expect the worst. I think that's counterintuitive. So because really you speak in death or negativity over your situation. I'm hoping for the best, but I'm expecting the worst to happen. That's what you're going to get, the worst.
That's right. Because that expectation is stronger than the hope.
Yeah.
If longer and harder than you are the positive. So you actually bringing that to your life. And yeah, as though I've done that. And almost like, while it feel like a level of protection, it also feel like a tornado I don't know if I can get out of.
Really? Wow. Why do you feel like you can't get out of it?
Cause, man, like I gotta be strong, like, cause I don't like rejection, and like, I don't really know how I would handle another disappointment, right? So I'm a firm believer, like, being on the right frequency, and just like you said, first, that manifestation stuff. So when I work on myself. I distance myself from people, and I work on getting my frequency at a certain place, and I feel it's the place. And then here comes somebody floating around, and I feel like we on the same frequency because I've been doing all this work, and then here, and then okay, it's going well, and then it just don't. I understand everything have an expiration date, but when expire too early with no clarity on why, because date ain't came yet, this ain't supposed to be expired. Why do it smell bad? You know, and that's a deep level of disappointment for me, because when I let people in my life, I'm trusting you on some sort of level because of the work that I'm doing when nobody else is looking. So I'm trusting that you must be on the same energy wave as me to even come around and be us vibing together and stuff like this. So I'm trusting. And then when that goes sour, I don't know who to blame. So I blame myself, and I'm extra hard on myself, and I don't know that again. So no expectations, the nonchalant, that's like a barrier that feels good, but it also feels like I can't get out of it if I wanted to, because I cut off like that. Like one time to show, I mean once, and you block. And you're not getting unblocked. That's it. You got one time to show me. So that's I don't know, but it's working for me as far as keeping me protected. So in a way, I'm not all that vulnerable, but I'm vulnerable enough to put my feelings on the line, and that's a big deal. But I'm not vulnerable enough to keep putting myself out there to get the rug from under.
And being in there, it can become lonely.
Oh, absolutely.
Thief comes to steal, kill, and to destroy. That's what the devil job is. To get us out of hookup, use people. God uses people. The devil uses people. They have to use a vessel, you know, and that's the thing is, and some people allow themselves to get used as a puppet. But it's important for us to keep our armor on. You know, it's going to be, because it's jacked up people in the world, but it's so many great people like us in the world. Of course, we would love to be around there all the time. You know, have that piece where I can put my guards down. I ain't got to keep watching my back. They're like, you own something. You get hurt so many times. Here it is. We have to wear those masks. You know, like everything is just tough. And, you know, I know you personally. You are a strong woman. You are a brilliant, amazing woman. You deserve the best. I definitely, for sure, encourage you to keep your armor on, but also to not to be so overprotected. You know, Mary J. Blige say this in one of her songs. She say, I want to stop being Miss Independent. I want to start depending on you. I love that. I love that. And that's the thing at the end of the day. You know, you have women. I like the independent woman, all of that, but it's a time and place for everything. Ultimately, we talk about God's creation, the man and the woman that help me, the two becoming one. That's the beautiful thing, creating unity, a union. You know, that's the whole purpose of divine life at the end of the day. Okay, here it is. Maybe I do need to, you know, I ain't gonna put it down all the way, but just a little bit, you know, just to see, you know, you peek out and look like, okay, it's not that bad. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it's so real, but it sucks when you experience so much hurt and pain, years and years of it. That hurts. Healing, you wounded. When it's raining somewhere, we got to always be mindful the sun shining somewhere else.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
That be all good. It's all good to say that and to feel that. But when it comes to that, it's that's something I'm struggling with. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I said, while it feels good, it's the struggle. It's a struggle. That's one of the reasons why.
Yeah. But the most important thing is you understand that, you recognize that you're in tune with yourself. You know, because you don't want to have those missed opportunities, especially when it comes to the dating world. Let's just say, okay, here it is, a man and a woman, and the man cheat. The woman can be oblivious to the man cheating, whether it's the man she's in a relationship with or even married. You know, something he's doing on the side. And it's like, the wife or the woman is a great woman. Those qualities, characteristics, attributes that one desire or should desire, like she possesses those things. Mm-hmm. But a man go out and cheat simply because he want to feast the flesh. Mm-hmm. So go ahead, talk to me.
I was just gonna say, if the woman is everything and it's really nothing you can't mark, you know, on your list that something's wrong, then it's an issue with you being happy within yourself. I'm not really sure when you still go out and cheat, when you have the ideal husband or the ideal wife, and you still feel the need to go out and cheat, it's an issue within yourself that you're trying to satisfy.
Right. Yeah, I like that.
So yes, you can be involved in a happy marriage, but you could be involved in a happy marriage and not be happy.